So, Rio, what are we going to do about this? About what? Sleeping arrangements, of course. I like it. We don't have to share a bed with you. Who gets a room and who gets a couch? Oh, you can take the room. My housekeeper comes every morning. I'd rather not let her know you're here. Even though I think I could trust her, it's best if no one else finds out you're here. Understood. Going to bed now. Today's been long and tiring for me too. It's pretty much what you've been through, but condensed into a day. See you tomorrow, Rio. Good night. Decided to do the same thing. It was the best way to stop thinking about about anything I did not want to think anymore. For reasons that I did not understand, I was feeling a little unwell for a few hours. It was as if I had lost some of my motivation, as if I could no longer progress naturally. However, everything was going better. Brett was here, my powers were starting to react to Yuna. I do not understand this feeling, or what put me in the state. It was not sadness or fear, but something quite similar. It was a decisive moment. Everything was going to be played out of the next hours, and collapsing was not part of my habits. I hoped it was just fatigue from all these emotions. Sorry to ask myself too many questions. I expected to go to bed to avoid thinking about all this, and in the end, I found myself full of doubts. Settled on the couch and tried to sleep. Dawn of the next day. Nobody's here yet. Perfect. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I was in the kitchen. I arrived early. You were still sleeping. I deemed it wise to let you regain your strength. Things have become rather complicated. Go get your friend. We must take stock of what we are going to do. I'm here too. I was waiting for Rio to send the housekeeper home to show up. Don't worry about that. I took care of it. I had a matter to set. Never mind. Go get dressed, Mr. Masaki. We have a lot of work to do. Oh. So, as I was saying, things are progressing in a worrisome way. I conducted my investigation yesterday evening, and the results aren't going our way. Although the Academy is still unaware of the reason for my disappearance, their search has intensified. Only one person at the Academy knows why I could be here, but she wouldn't talk to anyone. Must really hope I'm not here. The others are not yet on my tracks, and we probably have nothing to fear from them about this, nor on them chasing my powers. But it won't be long before they can from this point. I'm able to limit the scope of my powers so that it's harder to find me, but the means implemented allow them to cover the region with great efficiency. They'll be able to be close by to locate me. They will have to be close by to locate me. That should soon not be a problem for them. Several other Espers who were in the area were requisitioned to search for me. I know very well why Takashi did that. He alone knows why I am here, and he won't tell anyone. He wants to accelerate the search and cover the area where we are as quickly as possible, hoping that I won't be here. By ordering the premature search in an area so far from the Academy, he should give explanations, which he doesn't wish to do. So he's trying to get here as quickly and as naturally as possible to check on what he fears, namely my presence here. This is where you come in, Mr. Harris. You and I will try to buy as much time as we can for your friend. Very well. How shall we proceed? Wait. Slow down. I have something else to ask. Say you're here for a reason that only the principal knows, that he can't talk about and that he doesn't want to see you here? The reason for your presence here is Yuna. Yuna's life may be... Yuna's life, to be more specific. Should I understand that the principal doesn't want you to save Yuna? What does he have to do with the story? The situation is much more complicated than that, Mr. Masaki. You will soon understand for yourself what is happening. Finding out now wouldn't bring anything positive to a situation that has become extremely complicated. The time available to us, which could still be counted in days, can now be counted in as hours. We must act quickly and not waste time. Very well. So we will try to take advantage of the situation. That's the plan. Nobody knows what's going on here except for the principal, Mr. Noyoni. It would therefore be easy to divert the attention of the closest Espers to other places. Those who are looking for me are hoping to find a trail leading to me, no matter where. They won't try to come here particularly. We'll be able to fool them for several hours. They don't know we know about their actions. That's another advantage. I thought you were supposed to stay here. That without you, it wouldn't be possible for me to save Yuna. That's right, that's why your friend will take care of this task. This will be the subject of his exam. And what am I supposed to do? My powers are different from yours, right? I doubt that anyone will be fooled. Yes, your powers are perfectly normal and had nothing to do with mine, but by concentrating my powers on yours, that's another story. It's a process that allows certain Espers like me to feel the powers of other inexperienced Espers like you. I am not an examiner for nothing, you know. I use this faculty regularly to follow the evolution of the powers of the Espers who are passing their exam. The clarity of this is that some of my powers radiate through those of the other Esper. It's this that we will exploit. I will try to follow you enough so that they can detect the trace of my powers, but not enough for my presence here to be discovered first. During this time, you will visit the area and you will go around in circles until they understand what is happening. This should buy us a few hours. You're asking me to be a tourist? Exactly. Interesting topic for an exam. If you let me finish. So you're going to, as you said so well, be a tourist, but not only. Your powers, unstable as they are, will probably react to all sorts of minor ails during your journey. You have to try to locate the people who make your powers react and get closer to them in order to generate peaks of activity. It is during these peaks that my powers will be most noticeable. On your side, however, you will suffer. But I imagine you're ready to endure that. It's part of your exam. You will almost continuously feel the pain of others for several hours, perhaps even see sad or horrible things. I ask that you do not try to control your powers, to let them react instinctively. You will quickly realize that your little stroll won't be so touristy, and you can hold me responsible for all that. So it's because I'm going to focus my powers on yours in a particular way that they will react disproportionately. You're probably not ready for all this, but we have no choice. I cannot force you to help us, but you know... Don't worry, I'll do it. I am an Esper, this doesn't scare me. Real told me that I could trust you, so there's no reason for me to back down or doubt you. See. In that case, you should get started right away. Here's money for the day and a bus pass for the region. Take the public transport and walk around the area about 30 kilometers from here. Don't stay in the same place for more than 1 hour. Never go more than 50 kilometers away. My powers will be less intense. What about Ayano? Wait. The last line was my brother. Nope, that was real. What about Ayano? I promise to help you as soon as possible, Rio, but you understand the situation, right? I did not think that leaving Ayano behind would make me so sad. I did not recognize myself. Since the day before, I was having doubts, no longer trusting myself. I wanted to stop everything. I knew I had to pull myself together, but it seemed to be suddenly beyond my strength. We will follow this plan. Leave now and don't get discovered. Good luck, Mr. Harris, and... thank you. It was the first time I had seen her smile. She had just dropped her mask, and it was not intentional, not calculated. It was a real, sincere emotion. Behind her strict and severe air was a person I had imagined. I think she realized that her face stiffened as quickly as it had relaxed. But what's done is done. She had given me a reason to believe in her. She had just shown me the person she may have always dreamed of being. This had a positive effect on my condition. I began to forget about this darkness rising up in me. That line reminds me of a song. I forget what the song was, though. I'm counting on you, Rio. Take advantage of the time I'm going to give you. Bert was right. Right. His words echoed in me. It was not the moment to let me go. You can count on me, Brett. Brett took his leave with a step and an air that left no doubt about his motivation. Miss Hirabayashi seemed even troubled by the enthusiasm Brett had shown. Yes, it's up to us now. Almost everything hinges on the next few hours. Adele will have until tomorrow. I know time is short, but you have to believe in yourself. Despite appearances and despite what you may think, you are close to revealing your true powers. You aren't really missing a lot to give Yuna a chance. You must continue what you started yesterday. Use all your senses. Don't just let your powers show you things. Try to stimulate them. Try to hear what Yuna's mind wants you to say to you. Use deduction to understand her situation. Observe her actions and her mannerisms. From now on, the slightest clue could allow your powers to translate what you can't yet understand. But above all, do not be confused by what you will discover. It's a puzzle that will only reveal its true meaning once all the pieces are assembled. Don't judge the situation too hastily. You will need all the elements to understand. Straying from the truth by making an erroneous judgment on what you are about to discover could jeopardize your chances of helping Yuna in time. You will have time to judge the story and the people involved with it when Yuna is saved. But as long as her life remains in danger, you must not turn away from your goal. But most importantly, you must not let your mind wander from this goal. I understand. Another thing, I do not know if you noticed, but since yesterday, my powers are no longer concentrated on yours. I gradually stopped my observation so I could focus on your friend today. My powers may have acted as a support for you, so it is possible that you feel some things in a more pronounced way, mainly other people's feelings. You will have to accommodate this change. We have no choice. You are now a fully autonomous Esper. I wonder if that was the reason why I felt so bad since yesterday. You have any questions? I have, yes, but I doubt that you want to answer them. In that case, let's get to work. We both have a lot to do. Come back to me as soon as there's any development with Yuna. Yeah, you're right. I don't want to answer him. I'm not going to admit that, though. So, let's get to work. Let's do it. Let's get going. It was the usual time when Yuna passed through the city center, but no trace of her. It took a few moments to look around more closely, but without success. Mr. Hirabayashi hadn't told me anything new, so I imagine that Yuna should have been around here as usual. I didn't have time to think anymore that a familiar voice was heard not far behind me. Oh yeah, he shows up again. Forgot about this. Ah, did you come back to play with me? Here's the person I at least wanted to meet, the one who clung to me without me knowing why. No, sorry, today I really don't have the time, besides I have to go. You're looking for your silver-haired friend, right? Well, I haven't seen her yet. It's not like her to be late. See her the first time in several weeks that I haven't seen her. In my opinion, she won't come. I see. So, since you have nothing to do, come play with me. The boy just stood there for a long while as if to make me feel uncomfortable. I'm joking. I saw you looking around. I suspected you were looking for her. I just wanted to tell you that she probably won't come. You always seem to be in a hurry, so I wanted to stop you from wasting your time. Besides, I can't play anymore. I don't have any money left. I'm just going to see if my scores were still at the top. When I saw you, I had my doubts, but everything is still in place. You can be proud. Few can make me doubt my ability to keep my high scores. Alright, see you, mister. Oh god. That guy's great. This did not suit me. I wanted to believe that she was just late, but I could not afford to waste time waiting around for nothing. Miss Hirabayashi had repeatedly stressed the urgency of the situation. I regretted not thinking about asking Miss Hirabayashi for Yuna's address. I had to think of something, but the thinking part was quick and easy. I was getting used to it. If Yuna was at home, I needed her contact information, and only Miss Hirabayashi could have given that to me. But since she still hadn't told me, there was surely a good reason behind it. It was hard to imagine that she left such an important detail aside on purpose. It was therefore useless to go and ask her. It would have been a waste of time. She must have anticipated the fact that I was going to find Yuna no matter where she was. So I only had one viable option, the library. She told me she loved to read, and I had seen her coming out from there on the day she and Ayano had met. I set off without further delay. Oh, hello. Hello. It's been a while since we crossed paths. I didn't expect to meet her. Didn't really know how to react or what to do. I'm sorry, I did not come back to see you. I somewhat gave up hope of finding my cat, you know. Let's see. I should have warned you. Maybe you kept looking for me all this time. I felt, as was the case the day before, weak, sad, tired, still didn't know how to describe what I felt. It was like some kind of motivation loss. But I was pretty busy these last days and I started to feel better, so I forgot you a bit. Sorry, it wasn't very polite on my part. It does not matter. The most important thing is that you're okay. That's all that matters. I had the feeling she was lying to me. I do not know why, but I felt deep inside me that she wasn't doing any better. But those were only words uttered without conviction. And I could not get away from her. I felt like I couldn't tell her that I had to leave, that I had important things to do. And you? Everything alright? How's Nora treating you? You're lying! Sorry, I didn't mean that. I don't know where that came over me. Did not understand why I just reacted that way. I just shouted at her without knowing why, without being able to control myself. But despite my apologies, I didn't feel like I had done anything wrong. I was convinced that was the right thing to do. I think I wanted to stop this little game. No, it's nothing. You're right. I'm not really a good liar. You saw right through me, but that doesn't surprise me. Ever since I met you, you seemed different. I can't hide it. Not really better. Worse, actually. But talking with you like the previous time, used to give me courage. I do not know why. It's stupid, huh? That's when I realized what was happening. You tell me when this started? I mean, you started to feel worse. Yesterday, during the day, I learned some terrible news. This confirmed my hunch. There was no longer any doubt. I felt bad the day before because Yano was feeling bad. And if I felt that, it's because there was a link between us. I never really felt it, but this connection probably existed since the first time we met. If she felt better when I was close to her, it was thanks to the link, and I had never felt it because of Miss Hirabayashi's powers, probably. I didn't know if she had deliberately tried to hide it from me, but now that her powers were no longer focused on me, I felt things differently. Normally, actually. This feeling. I knew it. I'd already felt it during my studies, during classes. She needed me. I really felt her pain, and I managed to send her more positive energy in return. Everything was in place so that I could help her. I felt like it would only take me a short time to help her. Didn't want to leave her in this state, but Yuna decided to start by listening to her. It was only a few minutes and would allow me to get a better idea of her situation. Would you like to tell me more about what's making you feel so bad? Maybe I can help you? I don't think you'll be able to help me, but yes, I'd like to talk about it. I can't keep it to myself anymore. Listening. A few days ago, I met this girl. I do not know why, I really wanted to become her friend. Now back to the scene I had witnessed between her and Yuna. Girl, do I know her? I do not know. Her name is Yuna, and she has beautiful silver hair like... In fact, yes, I know why I wanted to become her friend. She reminded me of someone who was very dear to me, and from whom I never wanted to be separated. We met in rather unusual circumstances, and I caused her harm. Because of me, she hurt a knee. It was in fact the scene I had witnessed. We had a little talk, and I asked her to keep me informed of her condition, but she didn't do it. I really wanted to know if she was okay, but I didn't know how to find her. Her address wasn't in the directory. Nobody with her name seems to live here. Since she told me she was going to the hospital, I thought I might ask my parents. I thought maybe they had heard of her. Told you about them, I think. My parents work at the hospital. They immediately understood who I was talking about. They told me that she was a really special patient. Doctors have been following her for months, but they can't find what she is suffering from. Seems to complain about regular headaches, but no cause has been found despite dozens of exams. And my father suddenly told me that he thought she was going to die, or that for some reason that he did not understand. Life seemed to be leaving her, that one day she would be nothing more than a shell. As if she were slowly falling into a coma from which she could never wake up. And I don't want her to die, I couldn't stand it. She barely knew Yuna. Why was she in such a state? Sorry, I'm going to leave. I need to rest and think about something else. I hope I got the flight that time. One thing was certain, she was telling me the truth. I felt really troubled by all this, and I could feel each of her emotions. Still didn't understand everything, but her pain now seemed to be related to Yuna's condition. How had she gone from her cat to Yuna? Did her sister still have something to do with this? She had mentioned a loved one from whom she had been separated. It could very well have been Natsuko. I had to talk to Brett about this as soon as possible. Yano really needed help, and it didn't seem to be able to wait. I really didn't want to leave her in this state, especially since I felt everything she was enduring. It had become easier to bear since I had finally understood where all these emotions were coming from, but it was still a burden I could have done without. Yano had probably come to the library with the same idea as me, to meet Yuna. Weird. Sounded like I heard something fall in the background. Somebody else catch on as well? Or am I just hearing shit? Might just be me. But talking about all this had to be beyond her strength, even though our discussion seemed to free her from some weight. Good. This left me free to continue, assuming of course that Yuna was actually reading. Hello, young man. How are you? Hello. I haven't seen you for several days. Is everything going okay with Yano? Were you able to help her? It's a little complicated to say the least. I see. Are you looking for more information about Yano or her sister? I think I told you everything I know. No, not today. In fact, I'm looking for another person who comes regularly here. At least, I think. Yuna. Young girl with silver hair, do you know her? Yuna? Yes, a very strange girl if you want my opinion. She spends her time reading by herself. Have you seen her today? I need to talk to her. It's rather urgent. Yes, she's here, but as usual, she isolates herself to read, and she doesn't appreciate being disturbed. Even if she doesn't say so. I have enough experience to be able to translate the behavior of the library members. Are you sure you can't wait? I have nothing against you, but as a librarian, I must maintain the peace and quiet that people seek when they come here. It's really important, yes. I'd really like to talk to her now, actually. It's more than important. You care a lot about others, don't you? What drives you to delve into so many people's pasts? What are you doing this for? Delving in the past? I do not think I mentioned that. Oh, are you certain? Rather yes. We've only been talking for a few minutes. I remember very well what I told you. I see. I must have made assumptions without realizing. Based on what you were looking for in regards to Ayano, please excuse me. You know, Yuna is a very peculiar girl. It didn't take me long to realize it. I don't know why she's so lonely and so unaware of what's going on around here, but I guess that event in her life might have changed her. That's why I thought you came to learn more about her and her past. Yuna should be in the back of the library, a little out of the way. Gotta make it quick, and above all, be quiet. She was very insightful, too much even. It intrigued me, but I didn't have time for that. I had to go talk to Yuna as soon as possible. Thank you for your help. I'll try to be quick and do my best not to disturb anyone. She's still there. Still doing that crazy weird style of looking. And it bothers me. There she is. Hi, what a surprise. Hello. She seemed surprised, even troubled to see me. It was the first time her voice had done that in my presence. I hope I'm not bothering you? No. Came to see if I could find some novels to read in the evenings. Do you, perhaps advise me? See. Seemed even less willing to speak than the previous times. I did not think it was possible, but for her, it was. I met a friend of yours who wanted to hear from you. Her name is Yano. Do you know who I'm talking about? She's not my friend. Met her. Once. Okay, but that doesn't change the fact that she wanted to know if you were okay. That counts, doesn't it? Seems like you were a bit hurt the last time you met her. That's what you wanted to be informed about. I'm fine. Also seem to be worried about your disease or your condition you prefer the doctors can't diagnose. Her parents work at the hospital, so she got a little bit of information about you and she told me about something. Seems that you have been regularly hospitalized for many months now. Did you spend your whole life here in Naraha? I have to go. Hey, wait. Not letting you get away, not this time. Not this time. Going to be chasing her down every street. Creepily. Very, very creepily. You're pretty quick for someone who's supposed to be sick. Hey, not yet. Don't mind this guy just chasing her through the entire town. Trying to help her, but to anyone on the outside would be seeing this guy chase this girl around town. Why are you running away? I just want to talk to you. Can't believe she wasn't out of breath before me. I got you. Let me go. Only if you promise not to run away. I'm tired of running around the city. What did I do for you to run away like this? You can tell me if I said or did something that bothered you. It's not that. This chase was the last straw that broke the camel's back. It was not Yuna's fault, but everything I had kept inside after the events of the last days had to come out. I could not keep it to myself anymore. What is it then? Help me understand. You don't know it, but I'm trying to help you. I want to save you. But I need you to trust me for that, and that you talk to me about yourself. I need to understand what's happening to you. Save me? You're hurting me. Sorry, I held on too hard. I let myself get carried away. Still causing no one to come up and question any of this whatsoever. I could not take it anymore. I could not keep calm. I wanted to tell her everything to make her aware of what was going to happen, so that she realized I was not chasing her for nothing. No. You hurt me when you talked to me. I hurt you when I talked to you? Yesterday I stayed, but it hurt me. Do not know why. Do not want to be hurt. Do not want to talk to you anymore. It was something I suspected a bit. I did not want it to be true, but I had already considered it. Talking about her family with me the day before had allowed me to understand what her mind wanted to tell me, but that had not been easy on her. Yuna had felt the same strong pain I had endured too during my vision. It was a normal feeling not wanting to relive that, but it did not help me. Still did not know about her, and she still did not seem to understand that she needed help. It was not surprising. How could she have known that someone was able to play with her life only by their presence? All I needed to know was now stuck behind the wall she had just erected. She had decided to say no more to protect herself, but she did not know she was doing the opposite. Mr. Hirabayashi had told me to try to understand what still escaped me by all means, but without even a place to start, I could not do anything. How could I convince a person who did not even know what she was suffering from that willingly being hurt would help her? These words resonated several times in my head. She did not know what she was suffering from. She was a normal person. The solution was here, and it was obvious. I was so blinded by these stories of powers and espers that I had forgotten that Yuna was a stranger to all this. Many of these things that seemed normal to me, at least for a few days now, should not have been for her. She did not know our world. She was just a victim. We just had to make her understand that everything she was feeling was not normal. As far as that, she had not asked herself that question yet. She was peculiar, that's for sure, but at this point... Peculiar? Yes, that was the right word. And I remember even ever seeing her laughing, crying, worrying about, or even enjoying it anything. Even when she was reading, she seemed so... vacant. Empty. I understand how you feel. Just let me ask you one last thing. You can leave then if what I tell you does not make sense to you. You know many people who feel bad like you just by talking to someone else? I don't know. I'm gonna tell you, it does not happen to anyone. Anyone. What you feel when you talk to me is not normal. It would not have happened to anyone else. I don't understand. You realize what's going on around you? People cry with joy while others laugh with sadness. Some are afraid of the dark while others can't stand the light. Life is made of singularities like these, but not like yours. That's what makes the people around us unique and alive. What you feel is beyond anything people know and could stand. Have you ever been worried about that? Haven't you ever asked yourself why? I don't know. Doesn't know a lot. Haven't you ever wondered why you were so different from others? I am different? Not physically, no, but people around you, don't they seem to act differently from you? I am just me. Look around you. This place is crowded with people who are having fun and talking together. They laugh. They are happy to meet, to enjoy their lives. None of them suffer from this. Why should it be different for you? Why can't you do any of this? Some words or sentiments can sometimes hurt, but not that much. Not like that. I know what you felt. I felt it too. You felt it? Then you are different too? Would that convince you to trust me? I don't know. Never thought about what you just told me. I don't understand. Don't understand. Oh god, about to break down. Oh, shutting down. Maybe I can help you understand what's happening to see that what you don't seem to perceive, but I need your help too. And to help me, you have to talk to me about these things that hurt you so much. I need to understand what's causing these ailments. I know it sounds improbable, but after all I've told you, don't you think that everything around you is as well? You see this every day with your own eyes and you never asked yourself questions? No. I think you're just you, but what if you could be much more than that? What if you didn't know yourself? I know that something is affecting you, and as you said, I too am a bit special in the sense that I can feel it somehow. But what if there was more? What if you could also laugh and cry like everyone else, smile when you like something, or frown when you're angry? Even if you could, just get angry, by the way. I don't really know you, but I've never seen you express even one of these emotions. You should have smiled when you fed these cats. Being embarrassed when you came to my house to apologize, been surprised when we met by chance that I created. But no, you always remain the same, stoic and sensitive. Does it seem normal to you? Look around you again, no one acts this way. Don't know what makes you that way, don't know if it's related to the pain you're suffering from, but what I do know is that I can help you. Why do you think doctors can't figure out what you are suffering from? Everything around you is out of the ordinary. There is no logic to it. No rational reason to explain how you feel or how you behave. And if I believe what I learned, you've been suffering for years and you don't seem to realize it. May even have been suffering forever! Ah, it was Kidoshita. Got it. It was the same vision. I saw Naraha, but the city looked different. It wasn't the current city. Are you okay? The pain, you felt it, didn't you? Oh, oh, she's down. Yuta! Atsuko! What the? It doesn't matter, calm down. She lost consciousness, but she seems to be breathing. Stand back, please, I'll handle it. Everything will be fine. No CPR. Calm down, but that's impossible. You have to do something quick. Do something, I beg you. There we go. I was really struck by Ana's emotions, to the point of almost losing my balance. She was at her worst. I had never felt so much pain and suffering. And she had just shouted her sister's name. Why? Didn't understand, I couldn't think. I had to get her away from Yuta. I could not do anything with my powers in the state. I received negative emotions almost continuously. My head was about to explode. Listen to me carefully. I need you to tell me where Yuta lives. I'll take her home and do what's necessary. To her place? No, I'll call my parents. I'll pick her up. It'll be faster. No. 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 Listen to me, please, for Yuta. I need you to call someone for me. I'll give you his number. His name is Brett. You need to tell him that Ryo needs help urgently. He should understand and take care of the rest. Well, I hope so. He will contact someone who can help Yuna, I promise you. Tell him to meet you here in town and bring him to Yuna's house. He doesn't know Naraha. He will need you to guide him. What? And Yuna? Can't leave her like this. Right now, don't argue. Sorry, I let myself go. Trust me, okay? I can help her, but I can't do it alone, not in these conditions. I really need you to do what I asked you. I need all the people around me to help her. I can call my parents. We had to take her to the hospital. It may be serious. That wouldn't help. Remember what your parents told you. Just trust me. I can help her. Promise you. ... Okay. ... But if anything should happen to her, I will never forgive you. I mean, that's perfectly fair and valid reasoning. One last thing. Why did you shout your sister's name when you saw Yuta? That... How do you know about my sister? Who are you? We don't have time for that. Yuta is getting worse. Just say it's Ryo. It can help Yuta. Her hair. Natsuko had the same silvery hair. She was born with dark hair like mine, but when we were separated because I changed schools, her hair started to change color. Nobody ever knew why it happened, but no one ever really cared either. It suited her so well. And I see. Not a minute to lose then. I'll take care of Yuta, find my friend, and bring him to me. Okay. My goal was to get Brett to warn Miss Hirabayashi about this, both to keep Ayano away, but especially to have Miss Hirabayashi by my side. She told me that without her, I could not do anything. Quickly took stock of what had happened. Yuna lost consciousness right after my vision, which meant that it was the cause. This was not a good sign. The more I learned, the more she suffered. I hope this would not jeopardize what I was trying to do. I had to hurry. Yuna's house was not close. I took her in my arms and began to hurry to her home. She was really light. I could almost run while carrying her. You know, I did have one question. How does he know where she lives? I don't recall him being explicitly mentioned anywhere. Unless there was supposed to be, like, an implication somewhere along the lines about it. I don't know. It might actually be the case. When I arrived, I was surprised to find the door ajar. Yuta really wasn't careful. But it's open. I'm the one who opened it. Your friend contacted me by phone and asked me to get here urgently. What is happening? How's Yuta? She lost consciousness just after I had another vision. She collapsed without saying a word and hasn't recovered since. Quick, bring her to the couch. To the couch! Each time I have a vision, whenever I discover something, Yuna suffers. You knew, didn't you? It is indeed one of the particularities of what ails her, yes. She was supposed to forget. Digging those things out of her could not be done without pain. Where are you with your powers? Have you been able to understand what Yuna was victim of? Was victim of? We're out of time. Takashi will arrive here any time now. Your friend's call was necessary, but the Academy still controls the activity on his phone. He knows everything, and I have no doubt he is now on his way to Naraha. We must do something for Yuna before it's too late. Takashi would not let us go. I feel your powers in a more and more pronounced way. You are really close to discovering the extent of your talents. This is unfortunately not enough yet. We still can't do anything. We're going to have another problem. Ayano was present when Yuna lost consciousness and seems terribly affected by all this. This girl has a talent for always being where she is not wanted. We didn't need this additional problem. Oh, wait, what? Rin. Why did it change from Miss Hirabayashi to Rin? I might have to ask Story about that one. Interesting. Yeah, I just saw the R and thought it said, interesting. This girl has a talent for always being where she is not wanted. We didn't need this additional problem. There we go. You know, I didn't notice that the first time either. Huh. She also has a talent not being where she was expected. Over the previous day, I couldn't find her where I hoped she would be. I felt what the situation represents for her. My powers manifested in a powerful way. I almost lost my balance because of how strong and sudden the shock was. She was the one who contacted Brett for me, and to keep her away for a while, I asked her to wait for him and guide him here. But that won't last. Brett will be here in a few minutes, and I don't think I can concentrate and my powers react that way because of Ayano. I think that since the very beginning, a link exists between her and I had succeeded in establishing it. I simply wasn't aware of it. But since your powers are directed towards Brett, I feel things a little differently. Even discerning new things. As if your powers were restricting mine a bit, as if to help me gradually discover them. That's right, but no backtracking is possible now. I can't do anything for you anymore. I am not surprised, however, that you managed to create a link so quickly. After all, your powers are out of the ordinary. But it's not the only reason. This girl is also very receptive to her powers, more than the majority of other people. We have already located several Espers in the older generations of her family. They were all too weak to be trained, but their powers did exist. We have detected only one such case in recent years with the same results as the others, by the way. But in this family, all are sensitive to our powers in one way or another, and all contain deep inside them traits that could have made them Espers. They all show an important quality for Espers and need to go to others to help them. They are endowed with great empathy and seek, without knowing why, a way to satisfy it. It all seemed to fit perfectly with what I already knew. Yano's parents were working in a hospital, serving others, and Yano herself had suggested me, as well as to Yuna, bring us to her parents when we seemed to be suffering. However, Yano has nothing to do with Espers. It's not about her. But she has been exposed to traces of her powers for many years, which makes her naturally more receptive. This is about her sister, with whom she lived for many years. She was an Esper, very weak, but an Esper nonetheless. Wait, you mean Natsuko, her sister who passed away tragically? I mean her, yes. You were investigating her for your exam, right? You were on the right track. It is this story that is the cause of Yano's ills. Natsuko Fujikawa felt bad, but nobody knew how much. Nobody could know for that matter. Because of her scraps of power, she felt her own pain, but also a part of her sister's, and since she didn't realize it, she just felt extremely sad and couldn't understand why Yano didn't. The emotional situation of this family led to this tragedy. But then all that happened is our fault. We could have... Let me stop you right there. It's normally perfectly safe to let people live like that. Tens of thousands of people are in this case right now. Espers who aren't aware of their powers undergo at most some slight changes in their metabolism, but nothing that can affect their health, physical or mental. The Academy and the Espers are not responsible for what happened. It's this complicated family situation, engendered by a failure of the parents' obligations, which causes drama. Natsuko's powers played a role, yes, but in a situation that was already too complicated for her, it only accelerated. And the word is more than too strong, the inevitable. Even without these additional ills, the young Natsuko would have committed the irreparable. Her parents let envy invade her and take precedence over her sadness. Natsuko changed because of what she was allowed to feel, almost forced to feel. It's this specific point which is the cause of that girl's death. Her powers only made the situation even more complicated for everyone. But the fact that she was an Esper has absolutely nothing to do with the tragic outcome of the story. See. Well, let's not waste any more time. We have to deal with Yuna. We will see what we do when the Yano and your friend arrive. Tell me, what did you see during this vision? I'm going to be doing a lot of voices, so I'm probably going to have to pause at some point to let my voice rest. At the very least, to take a moment to take a drink and apparently have a squeaky chair. I saw Naraha. The city was a little different from now, but it was the same city, I'm sure. I told Yuna that I knew she had been hospitalized for many months, and I had this vision at that time. She lost consciousness a few seconds later after I regained my senses. This woman doesn't listen to what she is told. Did you say something I didn't hear? No, it's nothing. I was thinking about something. Nothing that concerns you at the moment. What was I saying? Yes, I think that Aroha is related to her troubles, but I do not know why yet. She had to live here from a very young age, and something probably happened, something that would have deeply affected her. But I feel like the vision is still incomplete, that I'm missing things, and I don't understand correctly what I can already see. Here, look at this. What is it? A picture of Yuna when she was younger. It was taken not far from here in a big park. That's all I can do to help you, but it should be enough. A photo of Yuna to help me? Let's see. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Eyes are closing. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. You understand now? Yuna is an Esper? From the academy, the principal's office. Her dark hair, they change color like those of Ayano's sister. Yuna is an Esper, yes. But why is she in this situation? You told me that Espers whose powers were too weak could live normally. Yuna's powers are not too weak. Quite the contrary. They are similar to yours, but much more powerful. Yuna is the most remarkable Esper I have ever met. I didn't feel anything. How was that possible? Wait, how was it possible? And how is it that all the Espers haven't felt anything either? Do you remember what was explained to you the day of your meeting with the principal about your powers in your classes? Something like, if an Esper stayed too long with his powers sealed, could have serious consequences? Don't tell me that. No need to tell you then. Fair enough. But why haven't you done anything to avoid that? Why does she have to live like this while I'm trained? Why didn't she follow her training to learn how to control her powers? Said that my powers and hers are similar. It would have been logical to help her. It's a long story. Very, very long story, which started with mistakes. Many mistakes. Many mistakes. Ah! Yano was here. I've been hit hard by her emotions. It's even worse than an hour ago. I think Brenda's with her. I felt it too. There's one thing that'll lose me. Feels like I feel things in two different ways. Sometimes I feel what others endure in a normal way. What I mean by that is it feels a lot like what I experienced in class at the academy. It's something very progressive. I feel these feelings evade me little by little. But at other times I feel like a stab. As if everything happened suddenly, and that's what just happened. I thought it was because of me discovering my powers, but it doesn't seem to stop. I understand what you're going through. You and I are the same. You will understand very soon, but just know that it's something that shouldn't last. I, too, have experienced what you are going through right now. I was able to get rid of it years ago. It'll be the same for you, I hope. Get rid of it? You know. Sorry, real. I couldn't do anything. This girl was out of control. She literally dragged me here as I tried to hold her back. How's Yuna? She's doing rather well, I think. Her condition is stable. She's not doing well at all. If we don't do something soon, Yuna may never recover. Goddamn, whatever. Ren? Oh, your first name's Ren. See if you just remember. Hirabayashi. Calm yourself. You trying to fuck over Rio right now with the Yano's fucking emotions? Jeez. No, that's impossible. I was surprised to hear that, and even more panicked Yano was not going to help me. I quietly whispered to Miss Hirabayashi about it. You're not helping me here. What am I going to do if she feels even worse? Are you sure you want to save Yuna? You're a little slow on the uptake, Mr. Misaki, or was I not clear enough? Sorry, let me phrase what I just said. Yuna will die if nothing is done soon, and for the moment nobody can do anything about it. No, no! Are you kidding me? Wait, I feel it. The link with the Yano, it's getting stronger and stronger! Wait, it was Rio! Ahem. Do you understand now? I thought you understood. Yano's fate is, since they're mating, linked to that of Yuna. All you stimulated with this girl feels to make your job easier. This has allowed the bond you share with her to grow stronger, and the more Yano feels bad, the more she needs you and the more she relies on you. You have the opportunity to voice crack. You have the opportunity to do what you always wanted to do since I arrived. Save these two people. Don't blame me for helping you. I feel it, yes. What is gnawing at Yano? It's not like before. She doesn't want to relive what happened 2 years ago. She doesn't want to see someone with whom she is close to die before her eyes again. If I save Yuna, I save Yano. Woo! Now that you understand, try to soothe her. Use her powers to calm her down and make her understand that you are going to help her. But make it quick. We haven't even started with Yuna. Yet. Saving her will take time and effort, and there is one point I didn't lie to you about. Yuna will really lose her life if nothing is done in the coming hours. The silence here bothered me. First time through. Bothers me now. Seems too quiet. Too serious? I don't know. Remembering what was to be forgotten had a terrible effect on her. Soon she won't have the strength to live, everything will be gone. Mr. Harris, I have one last task for you. Come outside with me. Are you okay? I can't move, I'm scared. Who it is? Can't even say it. I want to. Don't worry, I can help her. We'll do everything so that it does not happen. But she said that nobody could do anything about it. She can be a little direct sometimes, but that's not exactly what she said. She said that nobody could do anything for now. All hope isn't lost, I can still help her. Help her? But how? We don't even know what's wrong with her. And what if I did? What if, in the end, she only needed the will to live to get better? Will to live? What are you talking about? Don't you see that she is leaving us and that it is beyond her or our will? How could you say such a thing while she is unconscious right there next to us? Haven't you felt anything since we started talking? Like an intoxicating feeling that makes you want to fight on despite all that you're going through? A feeling that you might have already felt with another person who was very dear to you? How do you know that? Who are you? Deep inside you, don't you feel like you need to trust me despite the incongruity of the situation? I know how you feel. I know what you went through. I know what you want now. Fuck. Reading is hard, okay? I know I'm not the person you want me to be, but you can trust me as much as she does. Do you feel the same as with her, in my presence, like a feeling you thought you had forgotten? If that's why I was better, I felt not... Rio, you couldn't even let her finish, like, not Natsuko? You just couldn't let her finish her sister's name? There. I know you don't want to relive that it's what's haunting you. Saving Yuna won't bring back the one you have missed so much for 2 years, but I know it will allow you to accept what happened and look towards the future again. Coughing. Forget what seems irrational and trust me. I can save Yuna. I can empathize with her as I am doing with you now and help her overcome this ordeal. Really? But how? You really need to know and understand? Don't overwhelm yourself with questions whose answers won't bring you anything. Trust your senses. Believe what you feel right now, even if it defies what you know. Don't try to find out more. I need you to be perfectly calm so as not to disturb me. I feel even your smallest emotions, and I won't be able to help Yuna if you constantly hurt me as much. You hurt yourself as much. You sound like you're trying to sell me snake oil. I mean, yeah. Very well, I will trust you once more, even if I don't understand what's going on. I get the feeling you have something special. And you're right about one thing. I don't know why, but I feel good when you're here. Are you finished? Sorry we took care of Yuna. Although you do your best, I'll rest a little in the next room, but don't disappoint me, I beg you. You need more female voices. This is one of those times. You would have passed your exam handily if it were still about her. Where is Brett? Did you send him back? I explained the situation to him. He is responsible for intercepting Takashi when he arrives, and he will try to reason with him so that he lets us finish what we are doing. It will probably not be enough to get the principal back to his senses, but it will buy us a few minutes. Let's get back to Yuna. Let's get closer. Closer. Ahem. You understand that when you have these visions, you are in Yuna's mind. The more you learn about her, the less empty her mind seems to you. As you know, Yuna's powers have been sealed, and I can't do anything about it. It's beyond my abilities. For you, however, that's another story. Yuna's powers were sealed in an unordinary manner, if not downright forbidden. Do not ask me why or how, I don't want to talk about it, but there is someone or something who would agree to do it. I'm talking about Yuna's spirit. If you came to understand these visions, then you could penetrate even further into her mind. At least, her mind would let you do that. If you showed yourself trustworthy and knowledgeable enough, you could reach areas of her mind that you could interact with and remove those seals. Now, do you understand why you're the only one who can do this? And once I find them, how do I break these seals? Do I shoot them hoping that does the trick, or do I use a hammer? Well, it's just theory, but maybe you should, I don't know, try to improvise? I've never done anything like this. Can't really help you outside my presence here. I know what happened to Yuna and how it could have been possible, but I have never seen other Espers in this situation, so I've never seen anyone try to solve a situation like this. I see, even the masters don't know everything. It's almost reassuring. But, Yuna is still unconscious. How am I going to understand my vision? I still need her for that. Don't worry, Yuna's spirit is always conscious. It's almost like a survival instinct. Feeling that you answered its call, her spirit chose to appropriate Yuna's last strengths to be able to guide you. It has bet everything on you, and now you must be worthy of this task. Everyone is showing their hand. You brought back hope that didn't seem to exist. Okay, but I have a hard time imagining how I'm going to force this vision to unfold before me. You have nothing special to do. It's my turn to work now. I told you that I had to be here because I too have a role to play. I will be able to weaken the seals on her powers since it's me who... Never mind. It should be enough to make your powers react and force the truth to unfold. You should then be able to understand what you have seen, and Yuna's spirit will be more accessible to you. From there on, I can't help you anymore. I don't know what will happen. I don't know what you will see. Everything will rest on you. You will have to be very careful. Even if Yuna's spirit calls for help, seals placed on her powers could mislead you. They are a poison to her mind. So, you're sending me into the unknown. If you have another solution, it's time to let me know. You know that if we're here, it's because we have no other choice. Are you ready? I'm ready, at least I think. Don't worry, you are. Oh, one last thing. Whatever you see, whatever you may see, try not to judge me. Judge us, please. What are you... Movie time, movie time. This is the younger version of those two. Of, Takashi no Yuni and, Rin Hirobayashi. Am I still in Yuna's mind? It was the case. I had stayed connected with their mind, and I finally came to see what I had to see. Yuna Kinoshita, Takashi no Yuni. I felt it quite clearly. There was a link between Yuna and the principal, but what kind? I also saw the principal and Miss Hirobayashi when they were younger, much younger. They were in Naraha, and Rin was carrying a child in his arms. Wait, Rin was carrying a child in his arms? That was meant to be her, apparently. Okay. That's been sent off to the Gamma Mother to be fixed. But they seem worried, as if they were trying not to be noticed, or as if they had something to blame themselves for. What if... the baby? Could it be Yuna? Everything led me to believe that was the case. The scene in the office, Miss Hirobayashi sealed the powers of the child who looked like that. I'd already seen and even lived that. I still don't understand why they did it. Were they afraid of the child and acted rashly? The child was very, very young. It did not add up. Where were the parents in the story? Could not imagine that she could be Takashi and Rin's child. The idea did not sit well with me. I also had a hard time believing that parents could have agreed that the parents could have agreed to leave their child with complete strangers. Something was wrong with my reasoning. I'm still missing a few pieces of the puzzle. What if her parents were Espers? I was not right either. Even Espers would have refused to abandon their child, especially since they would have been able to understand what awaited them. Was the child abandoned, or had the parents tragically disappeared? There were too many coincidences. It was not impossible for her parents to disappear, but the timing was too perfect. The solution had to be simpler, more logical. With what I knew, I could say that the child was taken away because it had to be taken away, and not because something had happened. So there was only one possibility left. The truth was hidden in the connection between Yuna and the principal. Yuna was the principal's daughter. I was convinced of that now. Everything coincided, explained why he was present and why no one was alarmed to see Yuna in his arms. Wait. Back to the image. I thought it would... Was it not Miss Hirabayashi that was holding her? Was it actually him? I don't know. When do you see the image again? He must have wanted to hide his daughter, and to avoid suspicion, he and Rin decided to give Yuna a false identity in order to make the link between father and daughter as discreet as possible. I wonder if that name was not Miss Hirabayashi's doing. She seemed to want to make amends for her past mistakes, change what still could be. I still did not know exactly what had happened that day and how it had happened, but I imagined that she had regretted her actions right away. They'd probably come up with this name in the hope that an Esper might appear who would be able to help her. I began to understand a little better what had happened, but it was not the only thing I was trying to understand. I was not thinking alone. It was too easy. I was not, or almost not, turning around in circles, and when I was on the right track, I had a feeling I knew it was the right one. I think that unconsciously, Yuna was helping me. It was she who helped me to understand what I needed to know. It was she who pushed me to ask the right questions. That's how I came to think of Yuna's mother. I was convinced it was not Rin. Where could she be now? She was totally absent from the visions I had. Yuna might not have even known her. Again, reading is hard. Help. Yuna? Help me. Yuna? Yuna? Where am I? Oh god, so bright. Oh god. Forgot it changed to white and some black lines. Save me. Yuna's voice echoed. I did not know if she was echoing my head or hers, but she was calling me. Everything became clearer, and I finally saw what was in her mind. The seals. This is what's poisoning Yuna. I only have to break them? I was not physically present, but I felt as if I could touch them. It was more than that. I could feel them. It was as if they were expressing something. Let's see, the first one... Grief? Oh god, Lethia's voice. Wait, Takashi. I could... Oh, there was no Yuni. Principal. Former principal. Yeah, right. Oh well, Rin, studious as ever I see. You become a great Esper if you continue to work well, you can trust me. You really think so, mister? Come now, no mister with me. I'm a student like you. Just because I'm older than you doesn't mean we're different. I've already told you, I'm your equal. But the teachers, they all say that you're a genius, that you are the most talented in decades. Everyone respects you, others bully me when I'm too familiar with you. Do not worry about that. You're like a sister to me, Rin. You don't have to overdo it. Just be yourself. I'll take care of those who would hurt you. A sister, is that all? Ha ha ha. No, that's not all. You are the best adopted sister that I could have ever hoped for. You are funny, intelligent, and you will become a sublime woman, I am sure. That's still not everything. Sublime? Don't tell anyone what I'm about to tell you. It'll be our little secret, okay? You're also a gifted person. You are a special Esper, Rin. You don't know your abilities yet, and the teachers try to hide them because you're not ready yet, but you're not like the others. I am not like the others? No, Rin, your powers are far beyond what most other Espers can imagine. You and I are the same, or almost. I can feel it. There's no doubt about it. by your side, and in a few years it won't be me anymore who is called a genius. You are destined for great things, Ren. Bright future as Esper is waiting for you. Will I still be by your side in a few years? Ha ha ha, who knows? I'll let you in on another secret, Ren. I'm planning to become the boss of this academy. Our principal is going to retire in a few years, and I seriously intend to apply as his successor. And I'll need someone to support me. No principal has ever been able to do a good job without an assistant. If you continue to study well and your powers awaken, I promise you can work with me. Really? Have I ever lied to you? Look me in the eyes, Ren. In the eyes. I promise you that if I become a principal and your powers awaken, you will be my assistant. And then we'll be both of us forever? Yes, don't worry, but it will be above all position of responsibility. You need to be able to be ready to deal with that. You must become strong. Strong? That's right, you must become a woman capable of becoming strict, cold, even cruel when it proves necessary. A woman who doesn't allow herself to be blinded by her feelings. Cruel? Yes, Ren. Oh god, switching between these voices is not easy on me. Yes, Ren, you are the opposite for the moment, and this fragility will play tricks on you. You must learn to become the one you are not, to gradually become a woman with many faces. Yeah, not easy. And when you become this woman, able to handle every situation without letting emotions get in the way, then you will be invincible. I think I understand. Become stronger. Do not talk about this to anyone, okay? If people came to know that I plan to become a principal, rumors would start going around, and this would not be good for me. I have to get going, Ren. So I have a lot of work, and so do you if you believe the documents that you were holding. See you tomorrow at lunch, like usual, in the cafeteria. Together forever. I have to get back to study. Oh, yeah. Although I was in Yuna's mind, I was fully aware of how I felt. I experienced both my own emotions, but also Yuna's. It was a, disturbing sensation. But it was no longer the feeling that prevailed. It was done by what I had just seen. It was a memory of Miss Hirabayashi and Principal Noyuni, when they were still students at the academy. The seal that was placed on Yuna's powers was filled with such strong feelings that it was possible for me to relive a moment of the past. The most intriguing was obviously the fact that this memory related events that occurred well before Yuna's birth. I began to see more clearly. It was now obvious that it was Miss Hirabayashi who had sealed Yuna's powers. Her mind showed me more than that. Miss Hirabayashi was present in all visions. But what had she done? How could she have sealed Yuna's powers to the point where she could not do anything about it? To the point of having to rely on me? The answer was probably in another memory, I was sure. While I focused my attention in vain on the second seal in an attempt to reproduce what had happened with the first, a pleasant sensation invades my... well, I cannot explain it, but I felt, well, comforted even. The first seal had broken. I did not know how it had happened, but it had disappeared, leaving behind an entity that I could not describe with words. All I know is that it was part of Yuna's spirit, now liberated. I know because I heard Yuna's voice echoing in her mind, encouraging me to continue. Grief had turned into laughter. Yuna was more alive than ever, but still so close to leaving us. I did not have more time to try to understand all that. The second seal revealed its secrets at that moment. Sadness. Big news, Ren! The last big news that you told me about was about the meal in the cafeteria. You should learn to tone down your words, Takashi, otherwise their effects on your interlocutors will be void. Fuck. How the fuck do you say that word? How to pronounce interlocutors.
Interlocutors.
Interlocutors? Really? Okay. Thank you, Google, for this helpful pronunciation guide of words in the English language. Will be void. This time it's real big news, Ren. I was chosen for the position of principal. That won't surprise anyone, let alone me. Rumors have been going around for months that you were going to be chosen. It's everything but a surprise or big news. It's what we expected. It's more than that. In a few days, wait. Oh, okay, I did leave out a word. It's more than that. I leave in a few days to follow an internship with the principal of another academy. For 4 months, I will learn by his side, and when I come back, I will be the principal of this academy. You're leaving? You couldn't have found a better way to tell me, you idiot! You idiot!
Rin! Wait, what did I do?
What a moron, he still hasn't understood anything. We'll be apart for 4 months. 4 whole months!
Surprise, I'm back!
Takashi! Been 4 months already? I didn't expect to see you again soon.
Makes me happy to see you were waiting for my return.
That's... no.
Don't worry, I am actually back a little early. It's been 3 months and 19 days to be exact. The principal who trained me said I was ready and shortened my training a few days. I also believe he did this to speed up our principal's retirement. You know as well, he is very well and wished for a while now to be able to retire in order to take care of himself. Next Monday, there will be a new principal at the academy.
You look very happy, too much even. This is great news, but you have to know how to control yourself. I know that the students wish to see their future principal chuckling in the corridors.
There's something else.
You never change. I was hiding things. I'm too old for this, don't you think?
You're right. No need to hide it any longer. I came to honor an old promise. But before that, tell me about your progress. It's only been 5 months since the teachers released a part of your powers that makes you so special. How do you feel?
Everything accelerated soon after you left. It pains me to admit, but you're right. I can see the powers of other Espers. I feel it when another Esper is close to me. My powers flare up and I feel like I'm entering their head.
That's fantastic. It's a very rare gift. If it had been up to me, I would have given you back all of your abilities much earlier. I don't know why they waited so long.
They thought they were doing well, Takashi. Everything was done to preserve me as long as possible until they finally estimated I was ready. Living with these powers is not a gift, far from it. I will surely get used to it over time, but it's a constant struggle not to hurt others, not to lose control of myself. They still had doubts, just like me, and wanted to preserve me as much as possible from this ordeal. And there was a very small chance that my powers could develop badly, and that could have had serious repercussions for me.
That's because I don't know you as well as I do. I always knew that everything was going to be fine. You became strong, Rin. Nothing could stop you. And now you can use your abilities to help out other Espers. Rin, do you want?
Excuse me? You're going to ask me like this, and here?
I just came to honor my promise. I came to ask you to become my assistant.
Oh, your promise. I see.
What's up with you? Are you going to turn me down? Don't do that.
Huh? What? No, the promise. Yes, of course I accept. It's about time you became principal. I was getting tired of waiting.
You haven't changed that much in the end. I found the Rin I knew years ago.
You haven't changed either. You still don't understand anything.
Did you say something?
No, nothing. I am happy to finally become your assistant.
I mean, how is Takashi this fucking blind? Like, really? It is painfully obvious. Painfully obvious. So, we have a deal. Monday you assign your contract to pass your exam by my side, but be careful, I won't do you any favors.
Does he think I might need your help to get through it?
Oh, there's another typo. I love typos.
Don't underestimate me, Takashi. I've become a much more powerful Esper than you.
I know. It was just an expression. You are perfect for this new role. You have become the many-faced woman to whom the world won't be able to resist. Splendid, Ren. Don't ever change.
Splendid.
Speaking of splendid woman, I have to talk to you about something else.
What?
Don't interrupt me. This is a little tricky to say. I'm not ashamed. I'm not saying I'm ashamed, but it's a bit strange, and it seems a bit strange to be talking to you about it.
I'm listening.
Here goes. During my training, I lived in the house that the Espers had provided for me, in a town near the academy where I went every day. Everyone I preferred that I lived directly at the academy, but there were no free rooms. So I discovered the outside world freely during my training. It was a great experience, but I felt lonely. I was used to always living surrounded by many people, and you, of course. I found it a little melancholic. I miss these moments, till they made me understand that I could not live alone, that I had to be surrounded by people I love.
You wouldn't be telling me that.
Let me finish, it's hard enough to say. Started to feel that pretty quickly, just a few days after I left the academy. So I spent a lot of time outdoors, taking in some fresh air to change my mind. There was a park next to my house, and I quickly got into the habit of going there to clear my mind, and that's where...
And that's where?
And that's where I met her. Beautiful young woman with golden hair and blue eyes like the sea. It was love at first sight. I didn't think it was possible. I didn't think it possible. I couldn't control myself anymore. I was paralyzed and my heart pounded every time her eyes met mine. She haunted my thoughts all day long and invaded my dreams whenever I could find time to sleep. And one day, she came to me and asked me what was wrong. We talked night after night for several days. Getting closer and closer, I felt touched by each of her words. First touched me with her sympathy, then with her sweetness, and the cover she gave me, her laugh, her smile, and finally her lips. You are in love? That's not all. Our love grew steadily as the days went by, and a few weeks after our meeting, and it has materialized in the most beautiful way. That was shortly before I came back here. Ren, going to be a dad.
We're going to... Dad? Huh?
Going to dad. He is going to dad, Ren. I'm going to be... a dad. I put the ellipsis in the wrong spot. It's fine.
That was, unexpected. Who would have thought that the Code Takashi would one day fall into this trap?
That's not the problem, Rin. She's not an Esper. What should I do? I can't continue lying to her.
Should have thought about that before.
I know, but what's done is done. I must find a solution, not for myself, nor for her, but for the child who will be born of our love. I will need your help, Rin. I have an idea. It's going to take time, but I'm going to need you. Can I count on you?
Do I really have the choice?
Thank you, Ren. I don't know what I would do without you. I need to tell you that you were the only one I've told. I couldn't talk to anyone else about this. No one should know. Now what I did was wrong. I can't do anything about it anymore. But I want to do my best to make sure what happens next goes well. I had to leave, but I have a lot to do before Monday. We'll meet up here for our assignment to our new positions. Don't be late. Don't be late.
I always knew my feelings were not reciprocated. I don't know if I'm relieved or stricken, but I will not give him the chance to see me like that. When an assistant who is strong, you won't be disappointed.
Rin really goes way too far out of her way to help Takashi. The seal broke as the vision of the memory faded. And Yuna's mind, as well as in her heart, sadness gave way to joy. The ticking clock hovering above her head, had just stopped. Nothing was won yet, but nothing was impossible now. Same as after the vision of the first memory, I felt feelings emanating from Yuna's mind and spread throughout her and I. I emptied my mind for a few seconds to recover from these sensations. My mind was struggling to sort out what belonged to me and what didn't. I began to understand why Yuna was so void of emotion. Her powers were sealed by feelings so strong that they overshadowed her own for all those years. Although terrible, this could only be the work of a tremendously talented Esper. But why had Miss Hirabayashi resorted to such practices? How had she gone about it? Find out next time, after this bathroom break.